it to 64. And today's my birthday. So I got a free drink from Starbucks. So I thought this would be the perfect time to talk about the 6 things I no longer care about at the age of 64 and why I think that's healthy. So aging is funny. The things that mattered when you were 30 don't matter as much in your 60s. So one thing I've let go of is what people think of me. You know, there was a time when I worried constantly about trying to appear more impressive, more likable, less weird. Now I like being weird. And more polished. And now it's a whole new game. Let me tell you, if I'm kind and authentic and I can sleep at night, that's enough. And if someone doesn't like me, frankly, that's their problem. It's not mine anymore. This is a big one. The second thing I no longer care about is counting calories. I can't tell you how many years I've spent obsessing about my body. And I'm a healthy girl, but I'm not a stick figure. I'm not a Q-tip with a head. And I grew up in a family where my sisters were very thin. They still are. That's just the way they are. And I was always struggling to lose the weight, to get skinnier, to get healthier. And now, of course, I'm interested in what I eat. Of course, I'm trying not to eat as much sugar. But I'm really more interested in balance than being obsessed with it. Do I want to feel healthy? Absolutely. Do I want to look healthy? Absolutely. Do I want to go down a size? Absolutely. But do I want to emotionally negotiate with a slice of toast? No. So what's number 3? And this is a really good one for me. Makeup mastery. And as you can tell, I'm not the makeup master. I also have scars on my face from cystic acne when I was in my 20s. And I've always been really self-conscious about that, but now I just don't care. I do my best. I'm not an artist. I'm not into blending and highlighting and contouring. I respect it deeply, but I have accepted that I am never going to enter the makeup Olympics. If I find mascara, and I even forgot to put on lip gloss, so there you go. This is me. If somebody doesn't like it, it's not my problem. So, what is the 4th thing I no longer care about? What I will be doing 10 years from now. Frankly, life is humbling enough, and plans are, of course, fantastic. But I have learned by now that reality has other ideas. And at this point, I care less about controlling the next decade and more about creating a life that I enjoy now. Number 5, and this is going to be really controversial for a lot of you. And this is the state of the country. And why I say it's controversial is, of course, I care about the state of politics. I care about what's going on in the world. I care what's going on in the other corners of the world. Of course I care. But I don't have to consume it all day long. I don't have to talk about it all day long. I can stay aware without letting the anxiety of all that worry move into my nervous system permanently. And I can't tell you how good it is now that I've given up watching the news. And believe me, I'm going to hear about it if it's an issue. I've got my news feed on my phone. I've got social media. You're going to hear about everything that you need to hear about without having to constantly watch the news. All right, so the last thing I'm giving up, now that I'm 64, is, have I been successful enough? And oof, this is a big one. Because who am I measuring success with? The internet? Society? Maybe my younger self? At 64, success looks very different than what it used to. Success to me is my child healthy and happy? I've been successful. I get an A+ in that one. Finding peace in the moment, finding meaning, knowing how resilient I have been over the years, knowing that I still have hope and I'm still creating, that counts. And have I been successful in the numbers game compared to some of my, VP of marketing friends? Perhaps not. But they may be struggling with other things. I know a lot of people my age have a lot of health issues, and I've been lucky. I've had a few, but I've conquered them all, and I feel pretty good about that. And my job during the day, I walk all day long. And so I definitely get my steps in, and I think that's helped keep me healthy as well. So honestly, my only real job now, other than the 2 I already still have, is finding ways to feel good. And not in a reckless way, but in a deeply intentional way. Protecting my peace, moving my body every day, laughing more, creating, resting, and just enjoying simple things like a damn good cup of coffee. Because if not now, when am I going to do it? So if you are letting go of unnecessary worry, I would love if you would tell me one thing you've stopped stressing about in the comments. I would love to hear from you. You don't have to be 64. You can be 34, 24. What is one thing that you have just let go of and decided it doesn't matter anymore? Those are my 6 things, and they will define me, who I am, and they do define me. And I feel good about the choices I'm making and where I am in life. And you know what? That's everything. So I'm sending you all the love in the world, and I hope to hear from you in the comments on your thoughts on this important subject.